Morning, everyone. 11th class, Accountancy, Chapter 18, Preparation of Financial Statements, and the topic is Preparation of Profit and Loss Account. I told you earlier that in financial statement, every business, sole proprietor or any other form of business needs to prepare the set of books, financial statement. That is, in sole proprietor, the financial statements are known as trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Trading and profit and loss account, when it is prepared combinedly, then it is known as income statement. So it's up to you. You want to prepare it combinedly or separately. So I will be telling you both the manners. First, we will be doing separate trading account. Then after making the trading account, the profit and loss account will be prepared. So what is profit and loss account? Profit and loss account is an account which is prepared, profit and loss account. We can say it is the extension of trading account. Extension of trading account means it is prepared after preparing trading account. Trading account is further extended for making profit and loss account. So that's why it is said that it is an extension of trading account. Extension of trading account means after preparing trading account, we will be preparing the profit and loss account as what was the final result of trading account, either gross profit or gross loss. And I told you that after finding out the gross profit or gross loss, you are supposed to write gross profit transferred to profit and loss account. Similarly, gross loss transferred to profit and loss account. So it will start with the result of trading account. That's why it is said that it is an extension of trading account. So it will start either with the gross profit or with the gross loss. And why to prepare profit and loss account? It is prepared, or what is the objective behind profit and loss account? So it is prepared to know about the net profits or net loss. So the final result of profit and loss account either will be net profits, which is in short is known as N/P, which means net profit, or net loss, N/L. Okay, because in trading account, you have seen that very few expenses we have recorded. So what type of expenses we have recorded in trading account? Only the direct expenses. So what definition I had given you about the direct expenses? The expenses which are related to purchase, which are related to bringing the goods inside the factory, inwards expenses, or which are related to conversion of raw material into finished goods. All the factory related expenses which will be incurred in factory for converting the raw material into finished goods are known as direct expenses. But apart from direct expenses, some more expenses are there which a businessman needs to pay. For example, salaries we have not considered, and all these expenses are the indirect expenses. So what is the definition of indirect expenses? The expenses which are not direct. The expenses which are not direct is known as indirect expenses. One marker question. Okay. Or one more definition we can give: the expenses which are incurred on sales, which helps to sell the goods. And direct expenses helps to convert the raw material into finished goods. And indirect expenses are all those expenses which are related to office, not to the factory. Office, which are related to office, and which are related to the sales, which helps to sell the goods. So all the direct expenses will be finding a place in trading account, and all the indirect expenses will be written in profit and loss account. So there is a very short list of direct expenses, which I have already told you yesterday, like wages and salaries, fuel, carriage inwards, freight inwards, and power, coal, factory electricity, factory rent, factory insurance. So apart from all the direct expenses, the any other expense will be known as indirect. So it's very much easy to keep in memory the list of the direct expenses, and the rest expenses will be known as the indirect. So no need to learn the heads of the indirect expenses. Just keep in mind all the direct expenses, and any other expense which is not in the list of direct expense will be known as indirect expenses. Many expenses are there. You can see in this format. Wait a minute. So all these are the indirect expenses. You can see here. So this is the format of profit and loss account, and this will be prepared like this manner. Same format we will be preparing as we had prepared for trading account. Instead of writing trading account, we will be writing profit and loss account for the year ending. So again, it will be having two sides. One is the debit side and one is the credit side. On debit side, all the expenses will be recorded, and on credit side, all the incomes will be recorded. So what can be the expenses? Only the indirect expenses. So place and the side is fixed for all the expenses. For direct expenses, only trading account. And this is a complete list of indirect expenses. Many other expenses also can come in this list. So while as soon as you see an expense, then you need to consider, is it direct? If yes, then write it in trading. If not, then write in profit and loss account. So I'm telling you some examples of the indirect expenses here. So this account will be started with the profit or loss. If the profits are there in trading account, so it will be written in the credit side by gross profit transferred from trading account. There we have written gross profit transferred to profit and loss account. And here we will be writing gross profit transferred from trading account. Profits are having credit balance. So we have shown in credit side, and this figure either will be given in the question or you have to find out by preparing trading account. And if loss is there, then it will be written in the debit side to gross loss transferred from trading account. Then all the indirect expenses one by one you are supposed to write. For example, salaries, rent. If only rent is given, then assume it indirect. If factory rent is given, then assume it, then it is direct. Need not to assume it. Factory means anything which is related to factory is direct. So write it in trading account. Stationery and printing, this can be the heads of the example. Many other expenses, indirect expenses can be there. So these are only few examples. Postage and courier, telephone expenses, all these are the expenses which are needed to continue the business, for the smooth running of the business, for the sale of the goods. Postage and courier, telephone expenses, okay, telephone expenses, insurance expenses, business promotion expenses, all these are the expenses. Yes, repairs and renewals, business promotion expenses, depreciation, interest, conveyance means transportation charges, bank charges, general expense, electricity expense. If only electricity is given, then it will be written in the profit and loss account. And if factory lightning is given, factory electricity expense, then it will be written in the trading account. Loss by fire, if there is a fire breakout in your organization, then whatever the loss is there, that will be written as a loss by fire or loss by theft. If any employee has stolen any of the goods or any cash, then it will be known as loss by theft. So it will be written in so it will be written in the profit and loss account. To commission, if you have paid any commission. To advertisement, to freight and carriage outwards, to discount allowed. If discount allowed is there, then it is an expense. To traveling expense, to bed debts. So many more indirect expense can also be there. Then come to the credit side. All the incomes will be recorded on the credit side. What the other incomes? The major source of income for a business is the sales. So sales we have written in the trading account. Apart from sales, other incomes, if there are, they will be written in the profit and loss account. Okay, so what can be the examples of other income? By gross profit, that is the profit. Then rent received, suppose a businessman has purchased one building and it has given that building on rent. So whatever the rent will be received, that will be an income. Discount received, discount allowed is an expense. So we have written here, discount received is an income. Commission received, commission paid. If in question only commission is written like this, commission. The nature of commission is not mentioned. Only rent is mentioned. Only interest is mentioned, because commission can be income, can be expense. And same is with the rent and interest. Rent can be our income, rent received or rent paid. Same is with the interest. Interest received, interest paid. But if in the question only commission, only rent, only interest is mentioned and its nature is not mentioned, then we will assume it's paid. It's paid. It's paid. It means it will be assumed as an expense. But if it is mentioned interest received, then it is income. Okay. So if with any head, nature of that head is not mentioned, it can be like only discount is written. So we will assume that it is discount allowed. Am I clear? So rent received, discount received, commission received, interest received, bad debts recovered. Like bad debts is an expense or loss for us. So bad debt recovered is an income. So we will be writing on the income side. Income from investment. Suppose you have made some investment, you have purchased the bonds, shares, debentures of any company. So if you are earning any income from those investments, that will be treated as income from other sources. So it will be written in the credit side. Dividend on investment shares, if you have purchased, then you must be having some dividend. So that dividend will be written here. Miscellaneous income. So if there is any miscellaneous income means the head of that income is not classified, not clarified. So that income will be kept in miscellaneous income. Very small incomes like 20 rupees you have got from somewhere, 100 rupees you have got from somewhere. So for all those small incomes, you have prepared one head. That head is known as miscellaneous income or sundry income. Similarly, the same head can be there on the expense side, sundry expenses or the miscellaneous expenses. So while preparing profit and loss account, you need not to do anything. All the incomes, all the expenses will be given in the format of the question. What to do? You need to just make the format and place them. Incomes will be written in the income side and expenses will be written on the expenses side. And finally, you will be doing debit side is reserved for expenses and credit side is reserved for incomes. And finally, after transferring all the incomes and expenses, you will be finding out the balancing figure. So the balancing figure will be the either net profit or net loss. If net profit, then you are going to write on this side, and this net profit will be transferred to capital. So as we are doing the sole proprietor question, so profits are only for the sole proprietor. And who is representing the sole proprietor? What is representing the sole proprietor in the business? That is capital. So it will be added in the capital account. And if there is net loss, you are getting the balancing figure in credit side. So you will be having the net loss. So that will be subtracted from the capital while making balance sheet. So this is all about profit and loss account. Now we will be doing the same topic with the help of an example. Suppose this is the question. From the following information of a trader, prepare his profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2020. So here you need to prepare profit and loss account. So either the gross profit will be given in the question, or first you need to find out the gross profit by making trading account. So I'm just reading the question. First item is gross profit. Gross profit. So it is already given. So gross profit will be written in the credit side. As you can see, by gross profit, 2,62,500. Now, all the items will be written on the either on the debit side or on the credit side. If it is income, then credit side. If it is an expense, then on debit side. And if it is any direct expense given, then leave it as it is. Don't treat it. Why? Because direct expenses are treated in trading account And here we are making the profit and loss account. So how to prepare the profit and loss account? Now let's discuss this. Wait a minute. You can open your book. The same question is given in book also. Page number. Wait, I'm just telling you page number. Wait a minute. It's on page number 18 point. Yes, page number 18.29. Otherwise, if you don't have book, you can see from here. So this is the format of trading and profit and loss account. First of all, you need to prepare this format. So I have made this format and I will be writing profit and loss account for the year ending. Clear? This is particulars, rupees, particular